Ohayo gozaimasu.
This is week 7.
Week 7. You need 2 more fingers.
Luke and Faith learn Japanese.
Week 7.
Ohayo gozaimasu.
This is week 7.
Week 7.
Week Shichi.
Shichi.
Week Shichi.
Shichi or nana. Week nana. Somebody told me they always use nana and never use shichi. But then the other guy said they use shichi and other times use nana. So shichi or nana.
Whichever one. That's right.
Is there something different about today's video, Faith?
Actually, yes.
What is
It
that?
is. For those of you that haven't seen our live stream video, which you really should because it's awesome. Sorry, I just had something in my throat there. For those of you who haven't seen it, we are doing our videos on Fridays now. Wednesdays, just we're really busy. It's always hard to we just have to hassle and get it all done. It's really
So Fridays.
right.
Fridays. So now that we're on week 7, approaching 2 months now, how are you feeling about where you're at with your Japanese?
Pretty good.
Pretty good?
When I first started, I was like, this is gonna be really hard. Oh, this is gonna take so long to learn. Now, we're doing pretty well, I
Feeling
think.
pretty well at it. So I feel pretty good about where we're at in our week 7. We're still getting it. We're understanding the basics. I think we struggle a lot less with when and where to use markers. And I think a lot of that has to do with this because we see a lot of sentences in here and they do a good job of explaining where the markers, well, they don't really explain where the markers should be a lot. They kind of do, but just from repetition you start to understand it.
They say it in Japanese, and you can look out here and see what each. I'm not sure if you can really see that.
Yeah, I'll hold it up there.
You can see each what in Japanese, what it is in English.
Asa nanji ni okimasu ka? So the first word, morning, asa. What o'clock? Nanji. Ni, time marker. Okimasu, wake up. Ka, question. This does a really good job of helping you understand the structure of a sentence, and I feel like it really helps you familiarize yourself
Yeah.
with how, it seems way less confusing. One thing I did realize this week was that I feel like our Japanese from Zero book is our main instruction booklet. And we're learning hiragana through this, but what they do because of that is when you're going through the lessons, you see the words as some hiragana and some romaji.
Yeah, that's really.
Yeah, which is good in helping you learn that, but what I realized, because I've been trying to use Hello Talk more, and a lot of that's written, and I can't read any of it. So what I did this week was I went back and I started doing my memorized course. I just did the Japanese 1 memorized course. So I started doing that again because I feel like through these I have a lot better understanding of it now. So it's much easier to do the Japanese memorized course now, but it's teaching me a lot more stuff. And I'm seeing the kanji in context. Faith, based off of where we are and how we're feeling where we are in week 7, do you feel good about how you're learning? Do you want to change anything? What are you moving forward? How do you want to do it?
I think what we're doing is really good. It's really helping us learn more. Like the SML and Japanese from Zero mix is really.
So it's a good combination. This has more in-depth explanation.
I really like it when it tells you sentences in Japanese, and you have to try and figure it out over to
English. Yeah, they have a lot of.
Or English or Japanese.
We'll take sections like this, and we'll go back and forth. I'll read the Japanese, and she has to tell me the English, and then I'll read the English, and she has to tell me the Japanese, and we'll quiz each other back and forth like that. So those help out a lot. Faith, what did we learn this week? I think. Should we start with hiragana first?
Sure.
All right. We learned some new hiragana. 15, in fact, this week. 15 new hiraganas that we learned. Ready? Attack!
Hiragana! My God.
Your ga.
Ga?
Is that what marker is?
No.
Oh.
I was saying like a ga and a marker.
Oh. All right. So we got ha, he, fu, he, ho. Alright, so now we'll magically change them into the next 5 that we learned. And we have ba, bi, bu, be, bo. And we learned 5 more this week. And we have pa, pi, pu, he, ho. The other thing that they said on the video was that you should always write these maru. You should always write the maru in clockwise. I can't bring myself to do it. I have to write it counterclockwise. I don't know if that's a hard and fast rule in Japan. If it is, gomenasai. We hit an important milestone this week. Before we started Japanese, Faith said, I want to be able to say, you're a pig.
Buta.
Buta desu.
Like just one time, I was in the car and I said, Dad, when you learn Japanese, I want to learn to say you're a pig, so I can call my friends a pig and they will never know.
And they will never know unless they watch these videos, in which case we'll have to find a different animal to call them. But for now,
Buta desu.
buta desu. What else did we learn?
We also learned want.
How do you say want?
Hoshi.
Hoshi. I have a question about that for you in the comments. Is it hoshi or, because I feel like I want to emphasize the O, but because there's 2 I's on the end of it, I feel like it should be hoshi. Hoshi desu. So is it hoshi desu or hoshi desu? Or a third option that we're not saying. And how do you say don't want?
Hoshi kunai
Desu.
desu.
Hoshi kunai desu.
Hoshi kunai desu.
Mhm.
Desu.
So that was the big one that we learned, hoshi kunai desu. But we also learned that kunai is how you negate adjectives. Oki, oki, oki. So oki has 2 I's on the end of it. So you drop the second I and you add kunai. Oki kunai desu. It's not big.
Not big at all.
Not big. Which coincidentally leads us into meaningless conversations.
お父さん、
Mm-hmm.
新しい枕が欲しいです。
1ヶ月して
わかりません。私の枕がどれです。
わかりません。何色ですか？
忘れました。青くないです。赤くないです。黒くないです。
それではわかります。何色くないです。
お、ピンクです。
Faith, what was the hardest thing this past week?
Probably doing it on time.
Doing it on time. We broke up the book lesson into 2 days. Did that help you?
A little, yeah.
Well, yeah, because then it's not like nearly 2 hours of straight book reading and whatnot. And my hardest thing was once I learned I cannot read Japanese. That was just... What was our goal last week, Faith?
I'm pretty sure it was a schedule.
The same goal as the last
Yep.
3 weeks. 1 week we will make a schedule.
It will be, hopefully it will be this week.
Hopefully it will be this week.
Because we failed
Mm.
again. It's just, it's the summer.
It's the summer.
It's the summer. Everyone wants to get those sleepovers in.
And what is our goal for the next week? Should we making a schedule a new goal again?
Yeah.
We will again attempt to make a schedule. What else?
And maybe learn more written.
Written. I'm gonna try to learn some more written Japanese. I think we should learn some more vocabulary, but we're not gonna do the Anki course anymore because the Anki course that I found for this book has all of the vocabulary in hiragana and romaji, and while that's good for right now, what I realized this week is it does not help me actually learn the written words. So I'm going to try to find a different one that has the words in kanji, or for the time being just use the memorized course.
So, I think we're done.
I think we're done. I guess it's time to say matane. Faith, I'm going to make a reference you don't know. Extreme close-up! Whoa!
Atarashi makura ga watashi what?
Is there something different about today's film, Faith?
Oh yeah. Atarashi.
Atarashi. Huh? It's from Wayne's World.
Oto-san.
Hmm?
Watashi wa no.
Doing more every day, I feel like we would be further along, but one area that we had... Oh, shoot. Let me turn the volume down.
Atarashi makura ga. I know what it is. Okay.
See that. I'm trying again.
You're excused. You're excused.
いかがして?
Okay.